Bitcoin exchange-traded funds might be on the brink of being validated, as we observed on Wednesday of this week. Immediately prior to the anticipated approval, we have Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, who takes to Twitter to post a thread of tweets explaining the risks and dangers associated with investing in cryptocurrencies, particularly Bitcoin. Very peculiar behavior. Simultaneously, we are experiencing a remarkably pleasant breakout with a stunning green candle on Bitcoin, which approached the $47,000 mark. At present, we have numerous elements that indicate a strong demand for these Bitcoin spot ETFs, leading us to believe in their potential. For beginners, what are these exchange-traded funds? Why are they highly anticipated in the crypto ecosystem? What could be their impact on the ecosystem's future? We will examine this in a bit more detail. If you're interested, we can see that now. Hello all and welcome to the channel. Today we meet again for a new video, and this time we'll discuss the topic on everyone's minds, Bitcoin ETF. Will it be approved or not on Wednesday? And what impact could it have on the outcome? So previously in a video we had already seen that logically there should be something that will happen at the latest tomorrow, which is Wednesday, January 10th. We will receive a response regarding the approval or non-approval of the Bitcoin spot ETFs, which will be approved or not approved by the SEC, and that is the extent of it. Very honestly, given the anticipation surrounding it, an approval or disapproval will inevitably have a significant impact, at least in the short term, on the price of Bitcoin. Many anticipate pump if it is approved, while others believe it will be a sell the news event, involving selling the news, and consequently it may unload. In any case, the day is likely to be volatile. Why do we increasingly think that the ETF is likely to be approved tomorrow? There are numerous elements that lead us to think. We have leaders of large international funds such as BlackRock or Cathie Wood from ARK Invest who show us a lot of enthusiasm and tell us that, according to them, the approval will be almost certain on Wednesday, which gives us confidence in the outcome. We have Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC Securities and Exchange Commission, so the chairman of the SEC, who will ultimately make the decision on whether or not it will be approved. Well, he simply created a thread on Twitter to provide us with an explanation of how investments in cryptocurrencies can be highly risky and unpredictable. It is highly uncommon to witness this type of post from such a significant individual like him, considering the position he currently holds, and a large number of individuals believe that it could potentially be the final jab at Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies prior to the unavoidable approval that is expected to occur tomorrow. So what is a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund for those who are still wondering, and what impact can it have on Bitcoin and the price of this cryptocurrency? So simply we're going to see the definition that is proposed to us here by Google. So an ETF is an exchange-traded fund. This allows traders to easily expose themselves to the largest cryptocurrency, namely Bitcoin, through traditional brokerage accounts and stock markets without the need to directly buy or sell the digital asset on a cryptocurrency exchange. Very concretely, this will allow big investors, traders, billionaires, and investment funds to expose themselves to Bitcoin without having to go on the platforms that we are used to using, such as Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, KuCoin, Ascendex, Bybit, etc. It should be known that a large number of people are rightfully afraid of these platforms. They are afraid that they might get hacked, they are afraid that these platforms are not serious, that they could go bankrupt. Basically, they fear investing large amounts because generally we are referring to multimillionaires, billionaires. And there you have it. They simply don't want to risk losing everything in the event of a platform failure. They prefer themselves, when they finally invest, to give their trust to institutional actors, financial actors who have weight, who have been recognized in financial circles for a very long time, who have a good reputation, and for whom we cannot imagine having any serious problem. We take the giant BlackRock. Investing in a Bitcoin ETF via BlackRock ensures that we will not have any problems with the asset we are investing in. That's why it is extremely important, as it will unlock opportunities for institutional investors, for large investors with the largest portfolios, and thus it has the potential to attract a significant number of Bitcoin purchases, ultimately leading to an increase in its value over a period of time. There are really all kinds of information that circulate here and there with predictions of capital inflows that are likely to occur precisely in 2024, and I saw, for example, that we could expect an influx of around $50 billion to $100 billion only in 2024. I remind you that the stock value, the market capitalization of Bitcoin is soon reaching $1 trillion. So we are currently present on one of the most capitalized assets in the entire world. He has recently surpassed the market cap of Facebook. He will kindly proceed to launch an assault on Nvidia's operations. The market cap of Silver, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, why not Apple Inc., the world's most valuable company. And really the dream of every Bitcoin holder would be to come and attack, even surpass the market capitalization of gold. It was a sweet dream that we had when we were already discussing it in 2017, 2018 and even 2019. And slowly we gained places and approached this kind of capitalization. When you think about it, in retrospect, it's totally insane. Yes, we could have major requests. We saw what happened when BlackRock asked its clients if they were waiting for the possibility, for example, to invest in Bitcoin. And it was by far the strongest demand the investment fund had. And we can see here via the tweet from Journal de Quan that the candidates for spot ETFs are submitting the latest updates to the forms, including fee details. We can see that the fees that will be proposed by the investment funds for their ETFs will be very, very, very low. If they are so weak, it is because they actually expect a huge demand. And so the greater the demand, even if they offer very low fees, they will thus make a lot of money. For example, BlackRock will offer fees of 0.3% and even 0.2% for the first 12 months or up to $5 billion of assets. At ARK Invest, however, they will suggest 0.25% and 0% fees for the first 6 months and up to 1 billion euros of assets instead of the proposed 0.8% fees. At VanEck, they offer us 0.25 and Risdom 0.5%. We can see that compared to what was proposed a few months ago, prices and fees are decreasing more and more, and we really have extraordinary offers here. It even makes you wonder if it wouldn't be interesting for even more investors to invest in a much broader way through this kind of investment funds, through ETFs, rather than going to traditional platforms, because the fees are ultimately reduced and the risks are reduced with this kind of financial actors. As for me, I'm not going to predict the future. You are aware that I have no knowledge of how the price of Bitcoin will respond to an announcement of approval or disapproval. I suspect that disapproval could still temporarily cause the price of Bitcoin to fall in the short term. An approval, I am unsure if it will make us a pump and dump, a direct dump, or a pump to the moon. To be completely honest, I really don't know. What I do know is that Bitcoin is a financial asset that cannot be created in an unlimited manner. There are a maximum of 21 million Bitcoins, estimated that over 4 million Bitcoins have already been lost and will no longer be in circulation. I know that Bitcoin is backed and created by tangible things, which are the computing power of computers used for mining and the cost of electricity. So we possess a proof of work, we possess a ultimately financial value supporting the concept of Bitcoin. I am aware that many people hold Bitcoin and do not sell it, and they carefully keep their cryptocurrencies on private keys for security outside the interchanges. I know that liquidity, that is to say Bitcoins that can be found on exchanges, is very low. I also know that even the slightest increase in demand for Bitcoin could propel its price higher and higher, stronger and stronger, because we have a supply that is stable or even decreasing. We have an increasing demand. The market of supply and demand is structured in such a way that if the supply is low and the demand is high, prices will skyrocket. This is certainly a scenario to consider. It may even be the most likely scenario, but we cannot exclude other scenarios that could surprise many people. We cannot exclude black swan events, events that happen in a hyper unexpected way and that would negatively impact the course of cryptocurrencies, for example, at least in the short term. In short, there are many external factors that make it impossible to predict with exact science what might happen. But we are certain about a historic moment for Bitcoin, and we are very close to potentially having a beautiful fireworks display. Despite uncertainty, I played it safe and sold 20% of my portfolio, multiplying its value by 5 exclusively in 2023. This decision was made due to the current circumstances. I remind you that I had multiplied the value of my portfolio previously and opted for a cautious approach for this cycle. I was in positions that allowed me to already take a portion of my profits and keep 80% of my assets in cryptocurrency in case indeed there would be no problem and we would continue to rise so that I could continue to make gains on it. For transparency, I've already made 20% profit securing my position on crypto investments with a portion of my total capital. Currently, I can't lose money on crypto since I have repaid and even more the amounts that I initially invested. Incredibly intriguing things are unfolding currently. I'm eager to see how it will pan out tomorrow. In my perspective, a pump on Bitcoin would swiftly bring us to $50,000, which is almost the technical target of this ascending triangle that we had identified previously. And I must say that if we exceed $50,000 and establish ourselves above $50,000, it is certainly the $50,000 that are likely to be the psychological threshold, the psychological round number that will really start to make individual investors hesitate and make Bitcoin talk again worldwide, and why not trigger a new gold rush on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Very interesting to follow the days, weeks and months to come. If you want to try to play this kind of movement up or down on trading, I suggest you go to the description in the pinned comment below this video. You will find my links to different platforms that will allow you to do your trading with reduced fees, since by using my links, you will get a maximum of 20% reduction on your trading fees. Can't find it elsewhere, allows saving money. See you tomorrow for next video. Day likely highly volatile, hoping Bitcoin above $50,000. Ciao.